running through a list of my insecurities, and I fell asleep halfway through. Then I woke up with a sense of clarity. I can never be the one for you. Hey, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. When you're young, the world might break you down. Fell off a couple times, but I'm better now. I found my smile, but it took a little darkness and silence in the middle of the night. I learned to take my time with healing up my mind and knowing it's alright. Oh, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, try to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is.
So we have a 2K TV challenge this year, and someone has to pick a player and play all-time Anthony Davis on blacktop. So if you had to play your all-time self on blacktop, which player would you choose?
I would say probably a guard. I'm not sure who, but if you pick a guard, they kind of have me a little slow on 2K.
That's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
Kenyon.
I don't think you gonna catch it.
You know,
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our Stars Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Right here on 2K Sports. Get ready for the Dallas Mavericks against the Nets in Brooklyn. Looking at the Nets, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And in this one, a bit of a rarity. Both teams like to slow down the pace and play through half-court sets. Kenny, it's a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah, some games we cover are about who can play faster. But the trends in the NBA are a pendulum. They swing back and forth, and eventually they swing back again.
Kenny, we never play like this. A lot of these teams are just playing follow the leader in terms of play style. But it's usually the innovators that come out on top, a la Golden State.
What are you doing right now?
I'm trying to get my steps up.
Oh, I thought you were a pendulum.
Yes, I am. I'm thanking you for the idea. And see, now I'm feeling very, very
But how
fit.
are you moving only the upper, but how are you getting your steps
Just move
up?
with us so he can stop.
I'm just confusing the watch.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Mavericks. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs.
And when I look at Dallas, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
Oh, I tell you what, it's been a grit and grind effort for them. They know how to win, and that's not something you could say about them last year.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, D.A. Thank you. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt, with guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Curry, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving, and it's LeVert in at the small forward position. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That's his first foul. And so here is Dallas. Irving with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. That's good from Allen on the assist by Irving. Allen's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Brooklyn. Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Curry. The shot will not fall. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Here's Irving. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Here's Curry. Over in the corner, Doncic. Oh, good on the triple. And so Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Curry finds Doncic. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Here's Porzingis, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
Well, I tell you what, hard to contain Porzingis now. When he's being aggressive with it, defense gets a little shaky.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
And that one misses.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level, that's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
And the second free throw, good. And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall?
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Now here's Curry. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Doncic against Irving. Powell, no one around him. Allen with the rebound. Nets leading by 7. Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And so here is Dallas after the basket by Brooklyn. The wide open look here for Porzingis. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Here's LeVert. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Passes to Powell. Down low. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
How about the assertiveness from Hardaway Jr. there, electing to go with power and force? I love it.
The three from KD. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here's Curry. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 3 on the clock. The baseline J. Here's Powell. Doncic trying to get open. Powell, that's good.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seeds. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Here's Dinwiddie following the score by Dallas. And there it is for him.
Yeah, complete focus right now. Such an impressive start to this game. 100% from the field.
To the middle, here's Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 3rd assist on the night.
So good at figuring out ways to get inside. Seth Curry working on improving this part of his game.
A nice shot by Irving.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now, here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
To the inside, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Here's KD. And KD throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Bangs home the trifecta. Hardaway has got 5 points so far.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
Timeout called, the Nets. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant. Prince is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's DeLon Wright in for Seth Curry.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see who's led the league in blocks in the second half of the season. Third is Porzingis.
He's been protecting the rim as well as anybody in the league during that stretch. I mean, he is not making it easy to take the ball inside.
Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
To the left side wing, here's Finney-Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 6-point lead. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
He's off on the first.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
That one misses. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house than the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base, those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Here's Finney-Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver. The pass to Doncic. And another basket for Dallas.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Harris. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
You know what I've always said, partner? Good shooting covers over a multitude of ills, and we're seeing it right now.
And right, here we go. Because you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
First one falls for him.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, one star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Nets leading by 4. Harris with it. Now right defender. Harris, good.
You know, Harris loves to shoot it outside, but I like seeing him capitalize from there, too.
To the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Jordan's shot is off.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Now here's Wright. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Harris against Doncic. And it goes down 2 points. Harris has got 8 points.
Making the defense look absolutely clueless. At times, Harris just makes very hard shots look easy.
A wide open look here for Wright. No good with the wing jumper. Nets leading by 4. Porzingis with the block. And it's the Mavericks on the break. High arcing shot. Dinwiddie with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Prince has got the ball. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. There's 53 seconds left in the first. Chandler outside. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Nets lead by 6.
I think you give Chandler any room to shoot from the mid-range, and he's going to burn you.
Kleba kicks to Porzingis for the 3. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Unloads from 13. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Wright with it. Picked up by Harris. They get it back. Out to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. His second miss of the game still has him shooting 8 for 10. Here's Harris. The good-looking shot from the wing. He's got 10. 6 seconds left to play in the first. Right side Porzingis. 1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll return shortly. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, and they've also balanced that, though, guys, with the attack off the bounce as well to get them some points.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, White is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Kleba in at the 4 slot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
And the technical free throw is good.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in, guys, too, Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
Basket good. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, he's not just a spot-up shooter, guys. Joe Harris can score off the dribble, too.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Brunson, good.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Barea against Harris. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And looking at the Blazers matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Here's Brunson, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. In the corner, it's Kleba. Off target from three-point range.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Wilson Chandler. LeVert's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
Nets leading by 11. Outside Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's LeVert. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
Powell finds Cauley Stein. Barea with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And finished off by KD.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Barea. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. It's good. Great play set up by Barea.
Boy, you cannot let Hardaway Jr. get going like this, guys. I mean, once he's in that rhythm and flow, it's bad news for the defense.
Good work there as it goes. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Durant. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. He gets it in there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Brunson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Takes the three. That one misses. The Nets go the other way with it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game. And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
In the corner, Powell with it. Trying his luck from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Powell's got his third basket of the night right there.
You know, Powell continues to want to expand his range to get better shooting from deep. When he's connecting from outside, I think it helps his team in a big way.
Timeout called the Nets. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling his business in the pros because he's all business.
Checked in for Dallas. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now at the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Barea, the pass to Powell. Inside. And Barea with the basket on the assist from Cauley Stein.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Yep, that one goes. That's 12 points for Kyrie Irving.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Hardaway dishes to Curry. Deflects the pass. Irving with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you know, LeVert is pretty well put together at 6'7", which allows him to bang inside effectively.
And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
First free throw is good. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Curry, good.
You know, the staple of Seth Curry's game is shooting the ball off the catch.
And Irving launches it from deep. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And stolen by Harris. Allen kicks to Harris. Fires the three. Allen the bounce pass. Curry with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Hardaway. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Irving. Nets leading by 14. From deep three-point range. But they'll get another chance. Here's Harris. Powell pulls it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Durant, and finished off by Petey.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Now, here's Barea. Curry finds Hardaway. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Barea. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Hardaway has got 6 points in the quarter. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Luka Doncic. For Brooklyn, they had made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
LeVert at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Good on the second free throw. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
The Nets have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw drops for LeVert.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
It's good from long range.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Banked in off the glass. LeVert's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
On the wing, Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. 14 points for Tim Hardaway.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Curry. He's got 12. Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 8 points for Luka Doncic.
That is a sweet-looking jumper there, boy. Doncic doesn't need much space or time to get shots off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Hardaway, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell, and it's DeLon right in for Seth Curry.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Wright for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Wright's got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Prince outside. Jordan trying to free himself up. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Here's a look at the stats for Wright. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And here are the Mavericks now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Knocks down the 3 ball. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, the defense has to chase Porzingis off that line now, guys. I mean, he's a legitimate shooter from there.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. Chandler scanning the floor. He kicks it to Prince. Here's Jordan. Misses off the right iron. Mavericks trail by 15. Right, the pass to Doncic. And it's Dallas with another.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Shot on the wing. And it's LeVert missing. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Pass to Doncic. Right from outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And it's Wright with the ball for the Mavericks. Down by 15. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Here's Doncic. Nails the 16-footer. Doncic has got 12 in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Chandler with the steal. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Over Wright, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And LeVert knows exactly where to go in transition. Incredibly quick in the open floor.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Nets lead by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, we're seeing what Karis LeVert can do when he's healthy. Smooth athlete and explosive. He gives you length out there in the backcourt. I like how his all-around game is developing.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You've got to protect the rim.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, guys, Caris LeVert getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Nets leading by 17. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving. And it's LeVert in at the 3. Here's Doncic. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
He was all alone on that one. LeVert's got 30 points.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Passes it to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Curry on the wing. No good from outside. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. The drive by KD, and he gets the bucket. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
Now here's Durant. 23 points in the game.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Here's Curry. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And then Durant with the jam.
Yeah, that's just the height, the length coming into play there. No one's stopping Durant.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the pass to Powell. Curry with it. From deep. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's LeVert. And the layup falls. LeVert's got 32 points.
And, you know, we've talked about LeVert's vertical before, guys, and they're using it to be a force on the glass.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Powell. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And it's now 26 points for Porzingis.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Doncic passes to Powell. Shot clock at 5. And here's Porzingis for a 3. A rebound by the Nets.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Now Kevin Durant after Luka Doncic's 3-pointer that didn't go. On the wing, Hardaway. LeVert defending. Curry can't get it to go.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Brooklyn. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Free throw good, Curry.
And you know, for Curry, getting into the league has been a battle for Seth. I mean, he's more established and playing with more confidence now.
Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And then for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole. Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And the basket by Harris.
Make that another one for Harris, one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA.
Now here's Brunson on its way from Curry for two. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Pass to Allen. Over Cauley-Stein. That's good from Allen on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Here's Brunson. Porzingis goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Boy, I like what Porzingis shows there. Excellent. Staying with the shot even under pressure.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
J.J. Barea checked in for the Mavericks. That free throw good from Porzingis.
And, you know, with Porzingis, the potential is really exciting. I mean, with his size and skill set, I think he's got a chance to be a dominant force for a long time.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
One shot.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
Offensive rebound, Allen. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Allen's got 8 points.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. The feed now to Barea. Hardaway for 3. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 3 assists in the game. Nets leading by 21. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Nets for 2.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night, and he's done that in a big way.
Now Brunson. He's got 6. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. No good with the triple. The Nets shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Here's Jordan. Here's Allen. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Allen's got 6 here in this quarter. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Jordan. Trying to get open is Irving. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got his second basket.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Outside Hardaway. For 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's, this has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 10 points for him. And here's Barea. Pass to Brunson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Nets on offense. Good momentum, 8 straight points. That's tipped and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Barea. Lays it up and banks it in. Barea's got his second basket of the night.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnover.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
A nice shot by Barea.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Outside Hardaway. To the inside. Here's Cauley Stein. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Harris looking it over. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Harris has got 28 points for the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Hardaway finds Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein, defended by Allen. And here's Barea outside. Good on the triple. Barea's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break. And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
So for the Nets, Chandler comes in for Jarrett Allen, and it's Prince in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway, and it's DeLon Wright in for J.J. Barea. Here's Kleba. Brunson finds Cauley Stein. Right, left side. Here's Brunson, and out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Brunson. He's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Here's Finney Smith following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Kleba, the pass to Brunson. Back to Kleba. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Chandler.
Boy, you look at Maximilian Kleba, the German native. I mean, this guy's a very capable shooter, but it's his defense that keeps him on the court. He's 6'11", but has quick feet, which allows him to defend multiple positions.
Timeout called, the Nets. Clark, you think of European players, it's usually the offensive end where they thrive, but Kleba is a versatile defensive stopper, too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, this guy can shut you down because he moves his feet, he's strong, really keeps driving lanes from opening up on the perimeter, and his positioning and timing make him a good shot blocker, too.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Chandler, no good. Dallas shooting 42% from the field here in the third. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Wright. Wright's got his 5th assist in this one. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. They double him with Jordan. Finney Smith passes to Kleba. And he lays it straight in.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Harris. And they pick up 2. Harris has got 14 points here in the second half.
You know, Harris showing you he's unafraid to mix it up in there sometimes, which is a good way to balance his attack.
Doncic. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Harris outside. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 24 seconds left in the third. Doncic finds Wright. Back to Doncic. Another three for Dallas.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Wright looking around from the arc. They grab their own miss. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 22 points. And so it's Brooklyn rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up a quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Mavericks, you've got Luka Doncic. Jackson is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Finney Smith in at the three, the small forward. Here's Prince. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Doncic passes to Wright. Jackson has the open look. And it's off from three-point range. Fires from the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Wright with it. Jackson in the corner. The three. Again, the miss by Jackson. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. And the shot goes in. Prince has got 4 this quarter.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The pass to Marjanovic. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have. Not really necessary with nobody on you. I mean, why put yourself off balance on that shot when you're wide open?
And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Here's Claxton. Rebounded by Jackson. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Wright. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yes, Dorian Finney-Smith.
The Nets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Musa can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wilson Chandler.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof. And I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Doncic. And, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. He grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Here's Temple. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Doncic. Plenty of space. And another basket for Dallas.
Pure determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
Clearly going to take a lot of work, no doubt about that, but it's not impossible. You need plays at both ends of the floor, and you got to have a bunch of them.
Now here's Wright. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Out there on the floor for the Nets. Nets leading by 18. Here's Irving. Good on the baseline, Jay. Irving's got 22.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 31 points for Kevin Durant.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
Curry with a wide-open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. It's not even been a factor.
A nice shot by KD.
And KD just keeps coming at you with that jumper. There isn't anything you can do except hope he goes cold.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Doncic. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Mark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. And both free throws good for Curry. And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They have a 19-point lead. And the shot goes in. 37 points for KD.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eyes.
On the wing, Doncic. Curry outside. And he's good on the three ball.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Irving with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Baseline jumper. Again, the Nets for two.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Timeout called, the Nets. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Powell for three. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
Powell playing with a lot of confidence because he knows he has the trust of his teammates. They've got confidence in him to take these shots.
They get it back. Allen, that's good.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Now here is Hardaway. It goes out of bounds. That one off LeVert.
Mavericks ball.
Brooklyn on defense. 19-point game. A clear look for Hardaway. And it's Dallas with another.
You know, really, Hardaway Jr., guys, is a threat to score from anywhere, especially this area, as we just saw.
Durant finds LeVert. KD with the bucket. Durant's got 41.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Down low, here's Curry, and the layup's good off the glass.
And this is what Seth Curry is out here to do. Able to score in a lot of different ways.
Here's LeVert, and again another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Doncic passes to Powell. Outside Hardaway. Offensive rebound. Doncic. Excellent D there from Allen.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
They recover it. Good on the bucket. Brooklyn leading by 19 points. This one for three. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Hardaway for three. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight. Doncic with the steal. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Dallas.
I guess he just needed a little break because since halftime, he's been raining triples.
Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
And he just danbles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Curry finds Doncic, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. Here's Allen. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Dallas calls timeout.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Powell for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside. He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Irving with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic, and that one drops for him.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
You know, I think we all know that Hardaway Jr. is a really good scorer. I mean, the next step for him is improving defensively.
Hardaway hits them both. Here's Irving.
2 minutes to go.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 14 points here in the second half.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Porzingis has got 44.
And, you know, we talk a lot about confidence right there. Porzingis showed plenty of it.
Irving can't hit. Mavericks trail by 15. On the wing, Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
KD's shot is off. Doncic against Irving. And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, calm and collected inside. Doncic's scoring ability, wide-ranging.
Durant, that's good. KD's got 49 points in the game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Porzingis against KD. Hardaway from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Nets.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
Most definitely. I mean, going down 2-0 would have made their third and final meeting of the season really difficult to win, but now they'll go into it with confidence and really liking their chances.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for KD.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
My band's big, dog.
58 seconds left in the game. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Dallas on defense, trailing by 13. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second personal.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you can see that Durant has an incredible drive. He wants to be an all-time legend when it's all said and done.
So he gets them both. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Durant against Curry. Porzingis, that's a 2. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Boy, I like the way Porzingis uses his ample offensive tools to generate some big-time offense.
Irving, good.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Jackson from long range. The offensive rebound. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside Jordan. Pass to Karuch. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.